Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. So today is gonna be kind of a different video. I have this Kindle that honestly gets very neglected. I don't read very much from my Kindle, which is fine. I have a huge physical TBR that I want to get through, but I also go through Amazon and get like the free books from them. It used to be every month, but with the whole social distancing and isolation, I've been doing it every week. And so I add a whole bunch of books on here, and then I don't use it. So today I'm just going to kind of go through some of the books I have on there. I think I have the first 10 books that I have on there picked out. We're just going to talk about them. You're going to tell me which ones you think I should read right now in the comments down below. And if you guys like this type of video, give it a thumbs up, and I will continue this series until we get all the books that are on here, so you guys know exactly what I'm working with. And I'm thinking this won't be for a little while, knock on wood. Oh, you're fine. But I'm thinking of making like a Goodreads shelf that says ebooks, and then just putting all the ebooks that I physically own on there. That way I have some kind of list, or what I've been doing with all my books is putting them into an Excel spreadsheet. And yeah, I know I'm crazy, but I don't know, I love being organized, which is so weird for me to say because this time last year I would not have said that. Heck, 4 months ago when this year started, I wouldn't have said that. But I've become fairly organized in my life. I say as I look around my dirty living room, but in my defense, the living room is only dirty because we have everything kind of stacked up, ready to go, because we are in the process of moving. And I'm very sorry about this extremely long intro. I seem to be doing really long intros lately. I'll try and cut that down later. But let's just dive right into my first 10 books that I have on my Kindle. So the first one is a classic. It is not being seen very well. Let's see. There we go. Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle. Everyone knows who Sherlock Holmes is, right? So this is the complete collection of Sherlock Holmes, who is a London detective. And I hear that he's pretty quirky, and, it's just a classic. I don't know much other than he's a detective, and that he's just a quirky detective. I sound so repetitive. But, yeah, everyone has at least heard of Sherlock Holmes. I've heard of him, but I have not read anything by him or with him in it. And, it's about time. So there's that one. Then my next one is actually kind of weird for me because I don't usually read chick lit very much. But this is based off, well, hold on. I'll just show you. So it's How to Choose a Guy. Let's see. How to Choose a Guy in 10 Days. I'm going to see if I can figure out. There we go. How to Choose a Guy in 10 Days by Lila Marone. Yes. But from what I can tell, it is like a romantic comedy of sorts. Loosely kind of like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days with Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson. Oh my gosh, I forgot Kate Hudson's last name for a second. But it's this romantic comedy with this stylist named Gemma Jones, who is competing with her coworkers for a promotion. And in order to get this promotion, she has to make over like a geeky, ugly, disgusting looking guy into like Prince Charming, pretty much. And her assignment is her annoying neighbor who she just absolutely hates. But, you know, it's going to be like a love story, so it's going to be a hate to love, I'm sure. And I honestly don't know what kind of romances I like. I have only liked like 2 of them this year so far. Most of the romances I get so annoyed, or they just don't work for me. So I don't know. I love romantic comedies in movies, but so far I have yet to find like a really good book. So I'm hoping this will do it. The next one I have, hold on. I have them all set up. So this one is Scary Mary by S.A. Hunter. And it says, the dead speak to her, she wished they'd shut up. So Mary can hear ghosts. And that's always kind of made her different. And nobody wants to be her friend until Cyrus moves to town. And they start hanging out a lot. And I thought it was going to be like a love story type thing. But it says that Mary goes to Cyrus's house. And she finds out that it is haunted. And not like the Casper the Friendly Ghost haunted. Like seriously haunted. And that's where the adventure begins. So I'm all for that. First off, with this next book, let me just tell you about this cover. That is just, oh man, I wish I had the physical book for that cover, because that cover is wonderful. But it's Dilip by A.C. Salter. I don't know a whole lot about this one, other than there is I'm thinking it's a boy who gets dragged out of the river and thrown into a fairy world type thing. And there's like magical creatures and fantasy, and typically I would not like these kind of books, which is weird because that's the kind that I write. I love writing fantasy books, but I don't read them very often, except for my own. But this one just sounds amazing. I don't know. It sounds like something a concept I've never heard before, and I just am so ready for it. Okay, now the next 4, I believe 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the next 4 are by the same author, because when this whole social distancing, quarantine, isolation thing started, Colleen Hoover jumped on Twitter and she said flash sale for like 48 hours, 72 hours, something like that. You can get all my ebooks for free right now. Well, it wasn't all of them, but it was all 4 that I got. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I've always wanted to read a Colleen Hoover because she's so hyped here on BookTube. And I haven't yet. I do own one physical book by her. It's November 9. But I also thought, since I had the opportunity, that I would grab those 4. And hopefully I really like Colleen Hoover. I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't. But the first book is Verity by Colleen Hoover. And, I mean, that's a really good cover, too. I wish you could see it better, but it's like her reflection. And for this one, okay, so Lowen Ashley is a struggling writer. And she might get her break when she gets hired to finish writing the series that this woman can't write anymore because she's disabled now. She's really sick. She can't finish her own series. So they basically hired her to ghostwrite it. And then she goes to the Crawford's house, which is the main author's name, who is too sick to write anymore. She goes to their house to pick up notes for the book series, and instead she stumbles across notes of an autobiography that the woman was doing or was writing, and then she finds like the family's secrets, and it's all about how now Lowen has the power to write that autobiography or even use those secrets against the author. And oh my gosh, I don't know what to think about it, but it sounds really good. And then another Colleen Hoover. I told you guys, there's 4 of them, and they're all on this one. So this is Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. And let's see. Oh, okay. So it's like first love, opposites attracting, sparks flying, that kind of thing. But then it says sometimes discovering the truth can leave you more hopeless than believing the lies. So that sounds really good. I don't know what it means yet, but it sounds good. I think the next one is Too Late by Colleen Hoover, and that is the cover. So interesting colors. Okay, and then this is the one with Sloane and Asa. So Sloane says that she will go through hell in order to protect the ones that she loves. And she does every day because Asa abuses her. I'm pretty sure that's the kind of message that I'm getting. I don't know for sure because I haven't read it, but it's all about them. It's all about Sloane and Asa and how she knows that he's a crooked, let's see, what words did they use? Oh, a morally corrupt Asa Jackson. And she's just terrified of him, I believe. That's what it's about. Okay. And the last Colleen Hoover is actually Taryn Fisher and Colleen Hoover. It's Never Never. I got the complete series. And this one is... Okay. This one is about Charles and Silas, who have been best friends since they could crawl, basically. And they are like first loves. They fell in love with each other. They've had all their firsts together. Their first kiss, their first school dance, their first everything. What could go wrong? Dun, dun, dun. Well, they both lose their memories and they can't remember each other at all. which is terrifying. And I just want to see how that all kind of comes together. Like, how do they remember each other or not? And I don't know. It just sounds great. Okay, then this one I actually won on Facebook, I believe. Me and my friends, all three of us. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Michael. We actually all three won this, and it was supposed to be our next group read, but then I accidentally picked 15 books to read this month, so we're going to have to wait till May. Love you guys. But we all won it at the same time in the same giveaway, which is so cool. But it's Two Like Me and You by Chad Allen Gibbs. Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. But that cover looks interesting to me. It is a coming-of-age teen adventure full of romance and laugh-out-loud humor. Okay, so it's kind of like Paper Towns. Or no. Yeah, Paper Towns and Looking for Alaska. Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay, so in this one, Edwin's girlfriend is super famous. Like, she's on every magazine in the store. And she dumped him a year ago. But for that past year, he's been trying to get famous on her level so that they can be together. And it just sounds really cute. And then the last one that I wanted to share with you today is called Deceptions of Shailene. I believe that's how you say her name. Okay. Deceptions of Shailene. Yes, look at that cover. Love, Lies, and Larceny? Larceny. Love, Lies, and Larceny. I should learn to read. I'm a booktuber. But attorney Shailene Conrad disappears, and it's kind of like, it says that it shadows Gone Girl a lot. So hopefully it's good. But Shailene Conrad goes missing, and her husband finds her cell phone, her purse, her car, finds everything at the house where it should be, but there's no Shailene. And then he calls the police, and the police come, and they find her blood on the porch and on her sweatshirt, and it looks like a crime scene. But my only question is, how did the husband not notice that stuff? That's a different question. Whatever. But he becomes the prime suspect. Da-na-na-na. So, yes. They all sound really good. But if you've read any of them, put it in the comments down below. Tell me which one I should prioritize. I think I'm going to keep my 5 rules for Bookopoly, but then I'm going to start adding 1 ebook a month, unless I get it in one of the 5 rules, you know? But thank you for joining me for this little chat about some of my ebooks. If you want me to keep doing this, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.